Hey, what's up? It's Frankie here. We're on the beach. In this video I want to talk to you guys about what to do when clients do not pay you. If it's happened to you, it sucks. And believe it or not, there are solutions. So let's get into it. By the way, I got a little naked bee here. That's my Heidi bee. Little sneak peek at the semi-in-shape dad bod. My other bee, baby mama over there, all hanging out together. It's a sunset here in Mexico, and we discovered a new beach. So I know for some of you guys out there, it's especially shitty when clients don't pay you and you have an ongoing recurring offer. Like I remember many years ago, one of our mastermind members, Dan, saying, you know, I have this SEO client, he hasn't paid me, it's been 45 days. Should I cut him off? Should I keep going? Should I send him threatening notices? Should I ask him for a partial payment? You don't quite know whether you keep going with that relationship or you pull the plug on it. It's a little bit of a tough, tricky situation in general when it's you. And one of the things that'll help you, by the way, and I learned this from a very smart marketer named Joe Polish. And one of the things you'll notice is when people go to collect money from you in general, by the way, there's really kind of only one way they do it, in the threatening tone, right? Give us this money or we're going to cut you off, right? They can usually, like when you haven't paid an electricity bill or a phone bill or something like that, or if you forget something like that, you get the angry message from the man. But it doesn't usually work so well with your clients. So, how do you handle that? I'm probably taking a little long to get to the point here. I'm sorry for you guys who are new here. It's a little long-winded video. Well, one of the ways you can do that is just to make collecting fun. And the Joe Polish letter that we actually have in our mastermind, and I'll give you guys a little link. I'll try and get my VA to post this so you can borrow the template. What it has is in the top right of the letter, it has a little dotted line, and in there you tape a string, and it says, hey, I know you forgot to pay your bill and you got a lot going on, so I put this little string as a reminder. Tie it around your finger so you can go ahead and catch up your payment. And you mail that to a client. And if they don't pay, then you send a second letter with two strings and say, holy crap, you didn't remember? So now we got two strings. And if they didn't pay that, you send them three strings. But the idea with it is twofold. One is that it's fun and playful and not like, I'll let you guys check out the beach because the beach is cooler than me. It's fun and playful, right? It doesn't hit you with the like, pay your bill, we're going to cut you off. It takes like a joking, lighthearted, there's my naked bees running around. And in doing so, it allows you to not piss off clients. This is especially key if you still need to communicate with them, because if you only call them and harass them for money, they're just going to stop talking to you and you'll lose that open channel of communication. The other thing that it does, by the way, in addition to being lighthearted, is it presumes that the reason they haven't paid you is because they're busy, which is a very, very good angle to take in general. So that's the surface level of dealing with it, is having a nice tool for collecting on. But how do you deal with it in a more permanent basis? And a couple of things really, really help. One of those is being able to generate immediate cash for a client and then having them pay you out of that immediate cash. And so what that usually means is working with customer lists and less with trying to get them from strangers. So like say for example you work with restaurants, yeah, you can probably bring them people off of Facebook and Instagram, but that's going to take a while to work. But if you just make a little offer to the customer who came in the door on Monday and said, we'd love to have you back on Wednesday for this special we got going on, they'll probably come in. So that's a good start. Another thing you want to do is actually just raise the level of client you deal with to somebody who's already successful and has more time than money. And what you'll find is the more you do that, the less you'll have payment issues even in the first place. I actually kind of stumbled this on accident. In the beginning, I did a lot of SEO for a lot of really successful plastic surgeons. I didn't plan it that way. I was just white labeling, and the guy who was selling the websites did a really good job with that. And what I found is I very rarely had any accounts receivable at all with over 100 SEO clients. It's kind of miraculous that they all paid on time. Baby mama's in the water, but little baby bees are running around naked in the sand. This is ridiculous. So you want to think about as much as possible is like, if you have this recurring problem that people aren't paying you, like how can you deal with that problem upstream? And usually it has more to do with the client themselves and less to do with you. The more that they're okay on their cash flow and you're just helping with them to run a better operation, then what you'll find is you'll just have less accounts receivable in general. And part of that is getting away from the little one-person solo owner operators. Those usually tend to be the worst people in paying their bills. That doesn't mean they're bad people or anything like that. They're usually working very, very hard. But they're usually the ones who struggle most on the cash flow roller coaster and have the hardest time paying you, or if they have just an employee or two. Usually in general, you find if you work with more established businesses, you're going to deal with that less and less because they're used to paying their bills already and you're no different. So do that, and I'll make sure to post a link to that letter. I'll get my VA to include that in the description. So if you're interested in that letter and you're having people not paying you, send it. It's a little lighthearted letter. It helps. But I hope that helps you guys to collect more for the work that you're already doing. So that's all I got for you guys in this video. May the force be with you. Dad bod out of here. We're going to go run in the water with some naked bees.